Today, see in gravitation chapter, variation g with latitude and rotation of Earth. We know we have already studied variation g with altitude and depth. Means we know as we go at height from the Earth's surface, g goes on decreasing. As we go below the Earth's surface, g also goes on decreasing. Now today we see how g goes on decreasing as the Earth rotate about its polar axis. Means latitude means angle goes on changing from equator to pole. So in this figure, this black circle shows Earth. Suppose it is Earth, and latitude, theta is the latitude, and it changes as we go from equator to pole. E is the point on equator. Now, as the Earth rotates about its polar axis, all particles of it also rotate. And suppose Earth rotates from west to east with uniform angular velocity omega, and the Earth rotate, particles also rotate about the polar axis with r. Small r is the radius of the circle, and O dash is the center of the circle. So here we have considered a point or a body of mass small m at P on the Earth's surface, and as Earth rotates, the object or particles are rotate about polar axis. So as this motion is the circular motion or circle path, as the particle rotates in circular path, then there is a acceleration due to gravity towards the center. It is always towards the center, and this is the centripetal force. This is also centripetal force. Now consider Earth rotate. Then in this from figure it is clear that angle EOP equal to theta. In triangle OP O dash equal to theta. OP O dash equal to theta. Now we will find out cos theta from figure. So from figure, in triangle OP O dash, cos theta equals to PO dash upon PO. But here PO dash equals to small r, PO dash equal to small r, radius of the circle, and PO equal to capital R, because capital R is the radius of Earth. This is radius of Earth, this is radius of Earth, which is same. Find here cos theta. Cos theta equals to small r upon r. Therefore, small r equal to r cos theta, equation 1. But as the particle rotate in circle, therefore the acceleration, small a, acceleration, which indicate acceleration, that acceleration is called as centripetal acceleration, because whenever any body move along circular path, it has a acceleration toward the center of circle. According to that, small a, acceleration, centripetal acceleration, which is given by A equal to R omega square. Now A equal to R omega square, that is the centripetal acceleration, and we have find out small r. So put this value in this equation, therefore this equation becomes R cos theta into omega square. Equation number 2. This is the acceleration, but acceleration are the component of this acceleration are along this direction. There are two components, tangential acceleration and radial acceleration. So radial acceleration along this direction. Therefore, that the component of centripetal acceleration is given by AR equals to A cos theta. Component, this is the component of centripetal acceleration, and this is particularly called as radial component. So AR equal to A cos theta and AR equals to value of A here, equation number 2, substitute in this equation. Then this equation becomes R, this omega square cos theta into cos theta. Therefore, AR equal to R omega square cos square theta, equation number 3. So equation 1, 2, 3. Now, then we will find out effective acceleration due to gravity. Why effective? Because Earth rotates. Due to the rotation of Earth, there is a change in g. Acceleration due to gravity changes as we go from equator to pole, and if the Earth rotates, so there is a change in acceleration due to gravity, so that the effective force of gravitational attraction on M at P is mg dash equal to mg minus mr omega square cos square theta. See here, mg dash equal to mg minus mr omega square cos square theta, because this is the acceleration, AR, radial acceleration, component of radial acceleration. And along this direction here, centrifugal force, here centripetal force. So both are opposite. Therefore, mg minus mr omega square cos square theta, the value of this is equal to mr omega square cos square theta. So here mm cancelled and g dash is the effective acceleration due to gravity, due to rotation of Earth. G minus r omega square cos square theta. So from this equation it is clear that the effective acceleration due to gravity means g dash increases as we go from equator to pole. Why it increases? Because as we go from equator to pole, theta goes on increasing. Therefore, the cos theta decrease, and therefore g dash will be increased. So that we see two conditions, special cases or partial cases. Partial cases here, partial cases. Case number first, at equator, theta equals to 0. This is the radius vector. At this equator, this is parallel to equator when it is at equator. Therefore, theta equal to 0 and cos 0 equal to 1. We know very well. Therefore, put this value in equation number 4, 1. That's why g dash equals to g minus r omega square. This value will be equal to 1. Therefore, here g minus r omega square equal to g dash equal to g minus r omega square. It means that at the equator, G decreased or reduced by this factor R omega square, and therefore it is minimum at equator. The G dash is minimum at the equator. Minimum. Decrease. G decrease by this factor. Now second case, case number 2. At poles. What happens at poles? When we are at the poles, this is the angle made by the radius vector with the equator, equatorial plane, that is theta equal to pi by 2. At the poles, theta equal to pi by 2. Why? Because this radius vector go to at this. So that is pi by 2. Theta equal to pi by 2. Therefore, cos pi by 2 equal to 0. And that's why G dash equal to G minus R omega square, and cos will be 0. Therefore, this term is 0 and G dash equal to G. G dash equal to G means at the equator it is maximum. So that the G dash is maximum at the poles. G dash is maximum at the pole. G dash is maximum at the pole. So this observation, there is a conclusion is that as we go from equator to pole, change in acceleration due to gravity, and there is a increase in acceleration due to gravity as we go from equator to pole. At equator it is minimum, and at poles it is maximum. So this is about total about variation in G with latitude and rotation of the earth. Thank you. Okay.